Friday and Nino's on the line. We're going to get straight into the action. Welcome everybody to the Betway Weighted to Win show for the Friday action. We look forward to the start of the card and how we're going to play it, what the plan is in terms of buy pots and PAs and pick sixes and all that sort of stuff. Just remember that's our WhatsApp number that was on your screen. That's the QR code if you're watching on 240 that you can open up your account with. We've got an odds on in Malibu Ice that looks to win the second race here. Richard Fourie and Alan Greef, they team up. They're trading around 6.5, 7 to 10. The second horse is also Ringstalat, who's at 15 to 10 from the Gavin Smith stable. There's a lot of talk about that. And then, Nino, they're betting an absolute two-horse race. So which one, or are you going both?
Clyde, I'm going both good morning. I'm going both in the bipod. Now, I don't believe that Malibu Arts is a 6 to 10 shot in this field. Now, remember that Randstedland ran behind what is possibly the best filly in P at the moment, Marchland, in the feature. So for those that are wanting to take Malibu, I think they should wait because there will be money for the number 6, Randstedland, and Malibu Arts will drift a bit. So I believe they will get a slightly better price come race time. Probably the right horse, the one to beat, but not 6 to 10. Not a 6 to 10 shot.
Okay, I got it. So your bipods 2 and 6, both are going in for Nino here. 2 and 6. We're not depending just on Malibu Ice, and that bipod 40 Rand. Third race now, we got Stone of Scone at top of the boards at 5 to 2. This is Nervin Nastilli riding for the Dean Smith stable. Second choice, number 3, Della Roche. And Anish Taka's riding this at 28 to 10 at the moment for Alan Greef. The Appies have got JC Buertus on the 7 to 2 shot, number 4, Galactic Beauty. And then Garish Dukat is the next in the market, and that's currently priced up at around 5 to 1. They bet 12 to 1 and better bar those 4 runners. Stone of Scone's top of the boards, Nino, and Della Roche second choice. The two of them vying for the outright favourite. At this point in time, not much in it, but there seems to be more money for Alan Greef's horse.
Yes, Clyde. Della Roche ran on the poly last time. Now they put the blinkers on from a fair draw of 8. He's going to run a much better race. So let me just explain that in order of preference, I've gone for I think number 4 is the value horse. I think Galactic Beauty will run a massive race today. So that would be my first choice. Della Roche would be my second. Then I'm going for Stone of Cold as the third choice. And Priceless Treasure, that's had many, many runs and comes from a very tricky draw of 12. That would be my fourth choice. I've added them all in, but I do believe that 3, 4, and 11 are the right ones. As I said, I think that the value could be with number 4, Galactic Beauty.
And that perm that's on the screen, thanks for that, Nino. That perm cost 120. Okay, pick 6 time. Talking about the pick 6, Nino last Friday cleaned up the whole lot. PA, bipod, pick 6, the lot. So he's in pretty good form, and we're hoping this pick 6 arrives. It should, I think, because it's a 5-legged pick 6, I'd imagine, with this horse, Another Dance for Me, who's been priced up at 1 to 10 to win. So, 1 to 10 is what, 10% return on your money? Something like that, if you're looking for a quick bite at something. Such never a certainty in the game, but we're not going to spook it. It shouldn't lose. Nino, still in good form, I take it, eh? We can take this pick 6 with confidence, right?
I hope so, Clyde. You made it a 5-legged. I made it a 3-legged pick 6. I've got 3 bankers, and I hope it arrives again. We're talking about Another Dance for Me. I'm not going to take any accolades here. Why don't you get the glory and you tip the winner here? I'll tip the second, third, and fourth.
No, I don't mind telling you that it's as easy as 1, 2, 3, you know?
Okay. perfect. But I do want to tell the people that just be careful in the multiples, because this horse at 1 to 10 makes absolutely no difference to the odds that you get in on your multiple. So I wouldn't risk it, because the risk is not worth the reward. Remember that the jockey can fall off or it can lose its weight. So anything can go wrong in the race, and that 1 to 10 is just not worth adding it into multiple.
Got it. Thanks, Nino. That pick six cost $2.52. I like a nice 20 to 1 shot here called Silvano Song that Blaine's riding so well. Cliffy Miller's got this horse. It's trading around 20 to 1 at the moment. Perhaps an each way bet, the one Silvano Song. Top of the board, it's a 9 to 2 the field race. So really anything possible, like 4 Flash Lightning 9 to 2. The 3 Hollandia Bakarish is also trading around 9 to 2, 5 to 1. 7 Golden Grey, much the same. And same for number 4 Mystic Vision, really. 5 to 1, 11 to 2 or thereabouts. And then kind of double figures about the rest, because it does have that look to it, Nina. Quite a hard race.
Yeah, it is a hard race, and funnily enough, you mentioned the horse that I think is the lurker in the race, number 1 Silvano Song. I really like this at 20 to 1. Clyde, it looks like a Flash Lightning is a horse to beat here. She has won over the course and distance. I'm not sure that Hollandia Bakare will stay the 2,000 meter. This horse a terminal velocity. The minute they stepped her up on the turf, it's absolutely waltzing. That can follow up from the maiden win. It certainly can. You got a horse like Pardon Me that I think could also cause an upset. And please, if we can just add one more horse to that pick six that I forgot to put in, is number 10, Amazing Colors. It's not going to cost a lot more, but I would like to add Amazing Colors to my perm. But I do agree with you that Silvano Song could be value here at 20 to 1.
Thank you so much for that, Nino. That jackpot, $36, as you heard from Nino. He's got a couple of bankers today. Sylvan Mistress is one of them, and of course the other is Cruise Control. Okay, guys, banker time. Is it Sylvan Mistress? Richard Fourie and Alan Creffer looks like a hard horse to beat. Priced up at the moment at around 6 to 10 or thereabouts, 7 to 10. 3 Above the Horizon is the second choice at 4 to 1. Number 4 Wild Fig is at 11 to 2. Number 2 Supreme Judge is 6 to 1. And then 20s and better about the balance. Look, it hasn't been a awfully quiet market because there's been a bit of money for Above the Horizon, and funny enough there's also been a nibble away at a horse called Wild Fig as well. So interesting the others, but I guess Nino, Sylvan Mistress going to take a power of beating.
Yes, Clyde, I like the way she was stepped up in distance and duly obliged, and the manner in which she won the 1800. To me, it looked like she could go easily another 200 meters and probably would have won by even further. A very impressive win. She's run against much stronger than what she meets today. I mean, she ran behind another Dance for Me that should win the fourth race. She ran behind Royal City Girl, and she beat Wishes and Dream, which I believe is stronger than what she meets today. But just the way that she won when stepped up to 1800 was very, very impressive. She's going to take a power to beat it. You either bank Sylvan Mistress or otherwise you have to put in Above the Horizon, and you have to put in Supreme Judge and probably even Wild Fig. But and maybe Rocket Futura could be the lurker in the race. But sure, I'm taking my chances. I'm banking Sylvan Mistress. If you don't banker that, you have to take a few.
Yeah, I think that's the correct play. And maybe use, as you say, swingers, trifectas with that horse, Rocket Futura. Banker 3 by Banker 1 by all those horses for $42. Now Cruise Control, because it's trading around 15 to 10. But apart from that, it does look like today's the day. Dean Smith and Craig Zaki team up with Cruise Control. And in this sort of lineup, I would imagine a big runner. I have also heard about Roman Agent. They tell me Kelly Mitchley quite confident with Roman Agent as well. Wayne Agrella is riding that. It's 18 to 10, and perhaps that is the danger. Number 5, Joker Man, is at 6 to 1, and then 14 or 15 to 1 and better about the balance. I'm with you on Cruise Control, Nino, but I've heard quite strong about Roman Agent as well.
Yes, Clyde, I do make the danger, but I would have preferred Raymond Agent over the 1200. Over the 1000, with the going being good, as I heard, and from the best of the draws, this cruise control, she's going to come out flying out of the gates. Whatever catches him, sorry, not her, him, whatever catches him, he's going to win the race. I just think that over the 1000, he's going to have too much power here for the rest of the field. I really can't see Raymond Agent beating it over the 1,000 meters. If it was 12, like I said, probably would have been. It's still the danger, but I think it's better over the 12. I'm really strong with the cruise control.
Got it. That's our play. Cruise control does look like it's going to take a power of beating. Okay, guys, let's get on to our next race on the card where the Appies get together and they take on the Rides. Bet 5-1 the field here. Panjandrum is top of the boards. They bet 5-1 about that. Trent Mayhew is riding that. Pavish Sudu is on that horse T-Rex, who's at 11-2. Kabeli Alahaba is on that horse Green Planet, who they've backed. There's money for Duncan McKenzie's horse, shortened from 10-1 to 7-1. And that might be the right horse. And the 7 Rhythm, Nervin still is riding that for Dean Smith, who is currently trading at around 8-1. They bet 12-1 and better about the balance. But I guess number of horses that you've already considered, Janina.
Yes, Clyde. I think this is probably the toughest race on the card. But I do like 2 horses very strong here, and I'm not going to split them. And that is number 10, T-Rex, and number 14, Green Planet. Panjandrum just won the maiden over course and distance. It won well, but if you look at the times, it was 2 seconds slower than T-Rex's time. So that's a bit of a concern. Whatever next is the class horse in the race, a 7-time winner, but hasn't performed of late. That could come up. The horse that I think could cause an upset at 25-1 is a horse called Cherry O Baby. They ignored that last run over the 14 from a bad draw. The run before that over course and distance beat North Star. So I give that a chance. And then number 7, Rhythm. And you can't leave out Panjandrum just on the way that it's won. So I've gone 1, 2, 3, 7, 10 and 14. But my top 2 choices is 10 and 14 in any order.
Got it. Thank you. You know, listen, it's a large field, but it's the ideal field if you're looking, since there are a number of pick 6 bankers, it's the ideal field for a massive result. But we're using that in the trifecta at $24. So there's been money for Coral Creek. That shortened into the 5-2 favourite now. Richard Ferry riding that for Alan Greef. The 2 Thunder Master, second choice at 9-2. This is to wrap up today's proceedings. The 8 Pedro is 13-2. Then you got the 6 horse National Tangas at 7-1 and 11 Garden the Wall, who's trading at 8-1. Then 10s and better, about a little bit of money for Burning Man into 10-1 from 12s, and then 12s and better about the balance. But again, nice quartet race here, Nino, for us to get a bit of money maybe.
Yes, a nice quartet race. And my good friend, Mr. William Graham, told me that they fancy Pedro quite strongly. But I would have preferred him actually over the 1400. I think the 1600 stretches this horse a little bit. So I'm a bit concerned about that. But I have suggested the swingers, 7 and 8. Definitely my first choice is over the 16 has to be Coral Creek, Clyde. But, I don't want to go out the last week of the pick 6. I like a horse at any price here with Blaine Mark Jacobson up, and that's number 13, Cheerful Charlie B. I've put in a couple, hoping that comes to make the pick 6 pay a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can tell you Cliffy Miller said that he's working well, that horse, Cheerful Charlie B, and that you can expect a much better effort from him. So don't leave it out. That's the 13. But swingers 7, 8. Add the 13 too if you look for the last race here in Quebec at Fairview. Thanks everybody for watching Waiter to Win. We look forward, of course, to the big cap running on Saturday as we go to Hollywood Vets Gravel with Lenny Mayhew, and then of course back to Turfentine on Sunday for the Betway Mythical Flight Stakes and also the Henneman Memorial. We look forward to that too. Thanks everybody. Have a good weekend.